All right, we got us a little special edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. We here in Dare County, we pride ourselves on having active sports programs for all of the kids and the youth in the area. One of them is baseball. Now, I grew up playing baseball here in Dare County. I played for Manteo High School, and it's something that I hold near and dear to my heart. I walk out there to the field to watch games, and it's like it all comes back. I step on the field, and it feels like I never left. And these kids here now have a very unique opportunity to work with a very well-known coach throughout the country. He's going to make his way here. He's called Coach Ballgame. Now, I got on the phone Coach Pterodactyl, but I also have sitting across from me Coach Zack Alexander at Manteo High School Varsity baseball coach, and Miss Hannah Magee, a school teacher, but also a baseball mom. Yeah. There we go. All right. So, Coach Pterodactyl, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me. You guys are doing well out there today.
No, it's actually, I'll tell you what, it's a nice day here on the Outer Banks. It feels like the temperature, like you can throw the windows open and it feel good. I might do that here in a minute. But so nice. Talk to us a little bit if you don't mind. So how did you all and you and Coach Ballgame, now let's say this, you are not Coach Ballgame. You're one of his.
I am not. I am his right man. That's a good way to describe me. I work with Ballgame and helping to train his coaches, help to prepare markets for these Sandlot Tour events and help him with a little bit of marketing. But Coach Ballgame is one in his own. He is an amazing man that led an incredible movement in youth sports.
That is obviously the truth, because I see his stuff popping up all over the place and all the different things that he does. So how did he get this start? How did he become so, world renowned, I guess? How did all this come about for him?
Coach Ballgame was a collegiate baseball player at Brown University. He holds the record for hit by pitch rate, which he is very proud of. Hit pitch, yeah. But don't sell him short. He actually was a starting fielder. He was a captain of the team. He had some all-conference awards as well. So he wasn't just a guy that got up there and got plunked. He was a heck of a baseball player. But he also had this incredible knack for the arts, very good thing. He's got awards for being an actor. Actually, a movie just came out that was in called Rally Caps. And so as he was on his journey for college, he was thinking about kind of what he wanted to do. He knew baseball was something he had passion for, as well as theatrics, and he kind of combined the two. And he created this ball game, persona. And so he has been out there 20 years now coaching kids. Learned from one of the tours named Coach Flicky that incorporated music. He's an incredible musician. He can play drums. He can play guitar. And he has created this way of speaking to kids. He likes to say it's his love language, where he can get them so engaged and so interested in the game of baseball through just fun ways to describe getting ready to ground ball, or, salutes, or, cheering each other on. And what he's trying to do is build character with these kids on and off the baseball field. And he's been fine-tuning this craft for the last 20 years. MLB has taken notice, and now he's the ambassador for Major League Baseball play ball program.
Oh.
He's got it. Yeah, it's incredible. He worked with Albert Pujols and the Pujols Foundation and at their event. And he has become a social media, major social media influencer on Instagram and Facebook. And if you have MySpace, check him out there too.
MySpace. Now you're dating yourself. Now you're dating yourself.
Who are his top five?
But that's the kind of stuff we like to tell.
Did you make his top five on MySpace?
Yeah. I never even had a MySpace page. When we talk about that, we always say, hey, go check him out on the MySpace page. That's the kind of we have to have, Like you said, my nickname is Coach Pterodactyl. Everybody has a nickname. We do a ton of different things to get the kids engaged. And it's an amazing experience for everybody.
Well, tell me about you. I want to know, we've learned about him. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you get involved with him?
So I've got three sons. They're now 12, 10, and 8. And about 5 years ago, my oldest was 7 turning 8. And, we all know COVID hit, right? So right. Here in Southern California, the baseball season was basically shut down. We tried to hold on for dear life, but it just didn't work out. Right. So, right before that, my wife signed my son up for a sandlot with Coach Ballgame. Hey, I got this thing set up for Austin. You want him to still, even though baseball's not going? I was like, yeah, of course. I to get something in. So we show up to a park, baseball field, and this guy with a funny hat, and he's giving nicknames, and he's doing all these things like dance on a toilet, holding pizzas in your hands instead of just down and ready. And, like I was a high school baseball player, and the previous year I hung on every single pitch for my son playing baseball. I was so excited. I was so jacked up. Like, I was really excited for my first son to play baseball. And I was going to coach next year, just all about it, right? All this vim and vigor. And I met Coach Ballgame and at this sandlot, and the way he was doing things was completely different than what I expected. The nickname positivity, the giving out baseball cards for good choices, and just having fun, but still teaching the game with good fundamentals. Like, wow, okay, this is interesting. So after the sandlot, I said, hey, have you done any in Clemente? And he's like, find me a field. So we were able to find a field and start a group of kids playing sandlots, and it completely changed my perspective on coaching. And I honestly believe it saved me from becoming one of those coaches that was too aggressive and too intense, because I could see myself being that kind of nature and wanting to win. But this created a way to talk to the kids and get them excited about it in a fun way. Was something I couldn't have come up with myself. Just couldn't have. And so ever since then, I've subscribed to his ways of coaching. I am outward with it. I say I'm a disciple of Coach Ballgame's method of coaching. I coach a team, and the parents absolutely love it. They love it. Every kid, the nicknames that are still out there: sausage pizza, carne asada, Eggo waffle. I see these kids 5 years later. They're gonna be. I'm telling you what, they're going to be 18 years old walking the high school halls. I'm going to be like, hey, Chircado, what's going on? Hey, sausage pizza, good to see you. They're going to be, and those kids are going to have those names forever.
That's awesome.
So, not only do I do it in my personal life in that way, but I've since then helped coach and been a Coach Ballgame's program, helping him with his sandlots, his summer camps, and been a part of the Coach Ballgame family to get this message out. And anybody that will listen, I tell them, you have got to check out Coach Ballgame. You just have to. And it's, Southern California is very aggressive with sports. We've got a little club sport team that everybody thinks their kids can be the next Mike Trout or, Aaron Judge. And that's very rare. So let's just make sure the kids are having fun. Our number one priority at Coach Ballgame is, you got to have a ton of fun, and that's it, right? Like, just make sure the kids are having fun, and it's not like we're being silly where they don't learn anything. They really do learn a lot, but it's just in a creative and amazing way.
Absolutely. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun just from hearing the way you've described it. Now, for those that don't know, Coach Ballgame is going to be at Manteo High School, which is at 829 Wingina Avenue in Manteo, North Carolina, on Sunday, September 22nd from 2 until 5. Now, it's for ages 5 to 12 years old. And I was wondering, and Coach Alexander, you jump in, or Hannah, one of y'all jump in, please. What can we maybe, I know that you probably don't want to ruin everything or just kind of make some stuff a surprise for the kids, but is there anything specific we can expect other than tons of fun at this camp?
Well, I can speak to Bennett. My son went to the camp in Greenville last year
for
his birthday, and that's how I got in touch with Coach Ballgame. And I just said, if you ever want to come to the Outer Banks, get up with me. And he texted me in January and said, pick a date. But Bennett, I would say what he walked away with was fun. He had new skills and fun ways to remember little suggestions that Coach Ballgame made, but the respect that he was taught that goes along with baseball, the respect your coach, the eye contact, the mentality that goes along with the game, it took that to another level with my kid, just in how he thought about things. So it was a great afternoon for him. So I'm excited about this time.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a good little takeaway, a little testimony from a parent. So that's good to have that.
Yeah.
So, but is there like, give me, if you don't mind, give me something a little like that they may encounter or something that they may do out there.
Well, look, I can give you a little bit of that, since I know that if you haven't been to a Coach Ballgame camp this year for the National Sandlot Tour, it's been innovated a little bit. So we'll have 8 different stations, and we'll have all different things going on. There'll be practice with balls where you're trying to hit the coach. If you hit the coach, you get a baseball card. We'll be doing money ball. Money ball is when you try to hit the ball off a tee with another ball, throwing a tennis ball, but 2 teams cheering loudly, trying to knock that ball off the tee. And it's not about speed, it's about accuracy. We'll be doing volleyball sandlot, which is a new innovation this year. Not just a regular sandlot game, but a volleyball sandlot game. So the pitcher will throw a volleyball, bounce it up there, the kid will hit it, and now it turns into a ball. So they can tag the runner, they can throw it at them. No headshots. That's
no headshots. Okay.
No headshots, right? And then, or they can get them out by force play. And then we also play banana ball. And if you have heard of the Savannah Bananas,
I've heard of them. I think I've heard a
little bit, right?
Just a little bit.
A little popular these days. Yeah, just a little bit, especially in your neck of the woods, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So the way that works is the ball's put in play, and the runner goes running, and each player in the field must touch the ball before the runner has to stop. And some of these kids figured out a little cheat code where they try to just hold the ball and every player goes and touches it. No, that's not the way it works. If he's hit to the shortstop, he's got to throw it to the second baseman, to the first baseman, to the third baseman, to the center fielder, and then the runner must stop. And this teaches good quick hands, quick feet, good catch, and it's fun. It's a ton of fun. And the other thing you can expect is a lot of salutes. And when you're thinking salutes, you're thinking, military salute. No. When somebody slides head first, we all lay on the ground. We say, head first slide salute. And everybody's got to lay on the ground and do a head first slide salute. Or if it's something like a kid makes a really quick play and throws the ball really fast and makes a play, that's a mongoose salute. So you kind of like jump around like a mongoose.
Okay.
You're going to learn all sorts of fun salutes to kind of epitomize or personify what somebody's done. And when somebody, gets out and another player gives him a fist bump, that's our favorite. That's a sportsmanship salute. We love the sportsmanship salute, being a good sport, and teaching the kids to pick each other up, even if they're not on your team, right? Everybody strikes out. Baseball's a game of failure. The high school coach will tell you that, right? I mean, you hit 300, you're in the Hall of Fame. We like to cheer people on and make sure they understand, like, hey, this is how we deal with failure. It's okay to fail. Just how do you deal with it to get through it? And so you can expect all those different kinds of stations, a lot of fun. You can also expect to hear some really cool stories from Coach Ballgame. You'll hear stories about Jim Abbott and Daniel Nava and Roberto Clemente. These are 3 unbelievable humans that have overcome obstacles in their lives to become incredible humans and baseball players. And those stories sink in with these kids, and they take those back, and they're really, really valuable. So I almost liken this to community service more than it is a baseball camp at times, because of what they take back after these camps.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And I was thinking about when you were talking about Jim Abbott, I was like, man, I remember him from back in the day, one arm pitching when he pitched for the Angels.
Can you believe that?
That was crazy.
Yankees, Angels.
Yeah.
He threw a no-hitter for the Yankees. I mean, imagine that, right? Imagine a man with one arm being able to pitch in the major leagues and have success and then throw a no-hitter. I mean, it gives me pins and needles. It's just to think about that ability is incredible.
The way he had it all figured out with the glove kind of hanging on his one arm and then he would pitch and then slide the glove on his pitching hand to become a fielder was phenomenal. That was amazing.
And that's what Coach Ballgame goes through. He talks about that transition and as a young player, telling his mom and dad, hey, Mom and Dad, I want to be a professional baseball player. And so every single day he practiced that transition, putting the glove on his nub, switching it over to his other hand, doing it every single day, hundreds of times a day, transition. And then it became second nature. And he could do it faster than other pitchers could just get to the ball and make a play. It's incredible.
The only thing I wondered about with Jim Abbott, I'm not trying to go off in the left field here, was like if he had gotten traded to the National League back then, how would that have worked? you know?
Well, it's funny you say that. He actually did have at bats in the major leagues. But previous to that, in high school and college, he hit, and he did quite well.
Oh,
so
I did not know that.
It wasn't something that he didn't shy away from it. He still hit when he was younger.
Wow. Okay. I did not know that. I always wondered. I'm like, he had to have had, they made a special something for him to have a pinch hitter, but I did not know that. That is awesome.
It certainly wasn't ideal. They kept him in the American League for a good reason, but he still did hit when he was younger. Yeah.
Right. I'm looking at Coach Alexander right here. He's been awful quiet. Coach, you got any questions of any sort? You want to ask Coach Pterodactyl? How did you get the name Pterodactyl? There we go. How did you get that name? Let's start there.
Well, obviously you guys can't see me, but I'm 6'4", and I got a long wingspan. So I was out in rec field one day, threw the ball in, and Coach looked at me from pitcher's mound and goes, "You're Coach Pterodactyl. Look at those long arms." And from there on, 5 years ago, I'm Coach Pterodactyl.
Okay.
So it was just a physicality type situation.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Just, I had to ask. So,
right.
I know that I feel like there's, and I kind of want to speak, to the listeners right now in regards to, I have a lot of parents, a lot of a pretty solid local following with kids that play sports here. And I know that there's going to be a little bit of a coach's clinic during or after the actual
right
the for the kids event itself. Now, what kind of things could would he be talking about with the coaches?
So that's to unpack after the Sandlot, right, and to talk about what they've experienced, because a lot of these coaches, if Outer Banks, like Hannah mentioned, this is the first time you're having it there, so a lot of people don't know what to expect, and so it'll be a very cool and new experience, but also make some people that think that this is too much and you need to get 100 reps in a day and all these other things, that have that real drive, that this isn't baseball-y enough, or it's not hardcore enough, right? So there's going to be a lot of different perspectives from parents on our approach, but that coach's clinic, that coach's session afterwards is really to unpack the day, and to talk about how to be a better coach and to support your players, and how to apply the things that he teaches to every skill level and every age level. Even in high school, you can talk about some of these things. I mean, I don't know about you, Coach Alexander, but I think nicknames is a great way to keep it relaxed and fresh, because no matter what, if you've got a kid with a nickname, it's still fun, and it's something that they don't just say, "Hey, Jeremy, get over to the left side. Come on." Instead of saying, "Hey, Quesadilla, move over." And people all over, Quesadilla, but it's just funny. It keeps it light. And if you can keep those kids relaxed, then they play better.
I teach
but
middle school.
That coach is, yeah, go ahead.
I teach middle school PE, so there's a lot of nicknames going around.
No, I do agree with it.
And you probably wonder how you get your nickname, right? You asked me about Pterodactyl, but the way you get your nickname is, if you have one, bring it. But we really like to avoid having it be your name. So like, Coach Alex wouldn't be the way to go. Like, you got to think about what's your favorite thing to do outside of baseball. What's your favorite animal? Maybe it's something that you did that gave you a nickname, or maybe it's what you ate. What's your favorite food? It can be anything like that, but we like you to come up with it, and something you're comfortable with, right? That's the idea, is everybody's comfortable with their nickname. But anybody that's going to participate has to think about a nickname. And if not, the coaches will give you one, just kind of running through those little aspects of, your life.
I don't think I can bring my nicknames to the field.
Yeah.
No, that was
What my friends called me in high school, my parents called me at home, are not allowed on the baseball field.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think mine are the same way. No, but I agree with the nickname thing, because I helped coach the 10U All-Star, local All-Star team here at Manteo, and I came up with a nickname for every one of those kids, and it was a blast, and they all laughed. I mean, it was a lot of fun. So, yeah, the nickname thing is definitely crucial. Now, there was one nickname I came up with for one kid, and he did not like it, and I was like, okay, that's fine. I don't, the last thing I want is for it to be something you don't like, well, let's come up with one, and we came up with one together, so... but anyway, no.
Yeah.
Well, this sounds like a lot of fun.
So one thing I'm excited about is Coach Alexander has the high school boys coming out to serve as volunteers. So not only are they getting the experience, but, some of my favorite coaches growing up, and I know my brother was the same way, is when a high school kid shows up to volunteer time with these little league guys. I mean, it makes a world of difference. So how are your boys feeling about that, Zach?
Yeah, we had our first meeting. So we're in our second week of school. So last week was the second week of workouts. The previous week we had a meeting. And our guys have got gassed up about it. I mean, obviously, they're the generation that's all on Instagram and Snapchat. So as soon as I mentioned it, their eyes opened up. So we got a bunch of guys that are excited about the volunteer hours. We live in a community where, we don't have local college here. We don't have a minor league team. The closest thing is in Norfolk. So I think the younger age group looks at our high school kids. I know Bennett works with, we have a kid that's a sophomore that's a stud that Bennett works with. So our high school guys are big in our community. We make sure they're present at all times. I think a couple kids actually asked them, a couple of them for autographs last year. We had a kid that hit a big time homer and that sent us to the state playoffs. So I know a couple kids asked him for his autograph after the game. So our high school guys are big in our community and they're willing to give back. So we're excited about it.
It's awesome.
Well, we really appreciate your time today, Coach Pterodactyl, and we're kind of sad that, we've enjoyed talking to you today, and we're kind of sad that you're not going to be available for the clinic here. Now, if you change your mind, we can arrange for someone to pick you up at the closest airport, which is Norfolk,
or Raleigh.
Virginia, or Raleigh, North Carolina, which is 2 to 3 hours away, respectively. But so if you change your mind, you can let us know, and we'll send Hannah up to pick you up or something.
Find a way to get you a private jet. You can just fly here.
Yeah.
Tell Coach Ballgame you need a special jet.
I was seeing Ballgame could tap Pujols for that.
There you go. I love that idea.
Going right.
Well, Coach,
that's a good idea, right? I'm sure he'll be very receptive to that.
Absolutely, I'm sure. Absolutely. Well, Coach Pterodactyl,
well, you don't have to convince me to come to the Outer Banks. That's a beautiful place. You guys live in a beautiful place, so hopefully I can get out there sometime.
We're very blessed, and we would love to have you sometime. Anytime you want to come out here, you let us know. We'll make sure you're well taken care of.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Well, Coach Pterodactyl, again, we appreciate your time today, and we look forward to the clinic coming up here in a few weeks.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your support. You guys have a great time. Coach, have a great season. Thank you for bringing out your kids. Hannah, thank you so much for having us out in the Outer Banks. It's going to be a great time.
Thank you. I'll make sure I send back a Manteo hat with Coach Ballgame.
Awesome. Sounds good. Appreciate it.
We appreciate you guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Take care.
Whoops, I hung up on him. All right, so again, they're going to be here. Coach Ballgame is going to be here on Sunday, September 22nd from 2 to 5 at Manteo High School. It's going to be for ages 5 to 12. Y'all, I know that we just got off the phone with Coach Pterodactyl, but I know that registration's still open online, correct? Is that right, Hannah?
Yeah, last time I checked with Coach Ballgame, I think we had about 74, 76 kids signed up, and I don't know if more have signed up. I don't have access to that, but I'll touch base with him, and he's excited about it. I mean, I think it was everybody jumped on board quick, but, the more the merrier, so we'd love to have more kids.
Okay. All right. So we're still looking to get some more kids signed up if possible and take it from there. Now, Coach Alexander, you were saying something. I want you to get this message out there. You were saying something about first pitch ceremony. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, so this year we're running our first annual first pitch dinner. So first pitch dinner is a chance for our community members to sit down and talk to our baseball guys. It's a fundraiser for the Manteo baseball program. We just started our home run club, which is a baseball run boosters. They just hired the board on Thursday. So something we're excited about. It's going to help us with our field renovations, bullpen renovation. That's about to actually take place next week. So reclaying the infield, putting a turf halo behind home plate, hopefully turfing the entire outside foul territory area, just so when it does rain, we're able to still get ground balls on it. So yeah, first pitch dinner. I can't release the special guest speakers yet. We're still confirming all of it. We pretty much have it on lock. I will say we are going to have 2 speakers this year. When is this ceremony? Yeah, so it's January 11th at 7 p.m. at Pirates Cove. You can contact myself at alexanderza@daretolearn.org.
Okay.
We will sell tables, so you can sit with whoever you want, but the table will be $400, and then their individual tickets will be $50.
Okay.
So there will be 8 seats at a table. The thing about buying the table is you get your sponsorship put on the centerpiece of the table, as well as the banner that will be sitting out or hanging up outside the doors. If you buy a single ticket, it's first come, first serve as far as where you sit. So you don't actually get to essentially choose who you sit with unless you guys all get there at the same time and there's 8 open seats left at the table. So the benefit to buying the table is you get to sit with your entire party that you would come with.
How many tables are for sale?
I can't tell you that yet.
Okay.
It should be right around 27, though.
Okay.
We'll have silent auction as well on the outside, so anybody who ever's been to Pirates Cove, there won't be the dance floor, essentially, set up. It will just be all tables. On the outsides will be long, elongated tables with silent auction options. We'll have raffles. The silent auction isn't just baseball stuff, but primarily baseball. That's what this is really about. But I will say this, both people that are or were college coaches, and they're both going in the College Baseball Hall of Fame this year. So
we're
excited about it.
Well, put me down for 2.
Okay.
Put me down for 2. I want to go ahead and get 2 tickets on lock. And that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I will say that I do love everything that you're doing with the Manteo High School baseball program, all the steps forward you're taking, trying to stay ahead of the curve with the cutting edge things and stuff. And I know that the kids really respect you, and they look forward to going to practice. I know of 3. There's the Sawyer brothers from Wanchese, Tanner, Trevor, and Landon. Love them very much, and I know my son looks up to them a lot.
Yeah, they're going to be a big part of our team this year. We got a 3-headed monster on the bump this year, all sophomores. They're all 82 plus.
Merry Christmas.
Nemo Govan just hit 87 last night. So we're excited about our program, where the program's headed. I moved here 6 years ago. My wife's from here. So this camp is important to us because we're trying to build into the youth. I'm the athletic director in the middle school, which is taking away some of my time at being in the league fields. But moving forward, that's my goal, is to spend as much time out there as possible. So if you follow our Instagram page, all the first pitch dinner will be posted on there. That's Manteo_baseball.
Okay, and that's on Instagram.
On Instagram. That's where most of our stuff gets posted. That's linked to our Facebook page as well as our Twitter page as well.
Excellent. All right. Well, Coach Alexander, again, appreciate everything you do for the baseball the programs. I'll get it out in Dare County and all the energy you put into it. It's not unnoticed. Trust me, it's definitely not unnoticed. And I appreciate you all getting this pulled together with Coach Ballgame. Hannah, thank you so much for spearheading that.
It's been clutch.
Yeah, she definitely has been, and we really appreciate that. And I know the kids will, and I know I'm really looking forward to it. And when you were talking to me about it back in the spring, and I was like, whatever you need, I'm in. And she was like, all right, well, here we are.
Yeah, that's right.
Couple weeks out.
About it.
2 weeks out.
So anyway, get your tickets now. You can go online to, coachballgame.com, I believe. Let me refresh my screen. Yes, coachballgame.com, and you can go and click on programs. And under programs, you will click on the National Sandlot Tour. And once you click on that, there'll be forms that you can fill out. You can go down, find the date it'll say Outer Banks. You click on more info, and it'll take you to another page where you can register your child to play and to be part of the camp. So really looking forward to that, guys. Thanks a lot so much. Really appreciate y'all being here.
Justin.
And we're gonna have some fun with this. A special edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast with Coach Zack Alexander, Miss Hannah Magee, and of course Coach Pterodactyl representing Coach Ballgame in regards to his camp coming up at Manteo High School on September 22nd. Hope you can be there, guys. Thank you again so much.